wanted to start the stream like right now, but turns out that my gungeon resolution got reset again. But turns out that my oh my god, my microphone is actually so fucking loud. I'll make it like somewhere around this. I think this should be better. I'll make it like somewhere around this. I think this should be better. It's almost better. I think this should be fine. I need to change my gungeon resolution though. Yeah, hopefully this is gonna work. Not sure if it will. Oh, let's open Gungeon and hope that it does work. Oh. Yeah, I think this is potato quality. Yeah, it definitely looks like potato quality, so it worked. Nice. I'm not gonna go for any records today. I'm just gonna be playing slowly and explaining mapping when the person gets here. Still need to configure my microphone a bit better. I feel like there's something wrong with it. It sounds way too bassy. Like, I feel like there's far too much bass in my voice when I'm using this microphone. Maybe that's actually just how my voice sounds, and I'm not used to hearing good quality microphones. I'm not sure. Yes. Let's see. Yes. Hey. That's an epic emote you got there. Give me a minute. Trying to configure my microphone a bit better. But I think I'm about to give up actually. Okay, I think I'm gonna be using uh using this way out so you can see more of the game. Okay, are you here? Are you still here? Sorry, my mom is talking on background. So you'll probably hear her a bit. I'm going nowhere, my man. Okay, nice. So, first floor, one way out, always. Empty room, that's actually... Getting an empty room like this is actually very nice because it's a huge time save. There's actually supposed to be a gun nut here, but he didn't spawn. Those shenanigans just happen sometimes. Okay, so there are 3 ways out here. I'm gonna clear this room. So there are 3 ways out. If it's 3 ways out in the second room, you usually don't go middle. Usually the middle is a dead end. Let's see if it is here. Yep, it's a dead end. So usually you don't go to the middle, because most of the time it ends up a dead end. And one of these ways is going to be the right one. One of the side ways. The middle is most of the time bad. And this was the wrong way, so I got a chest. So in this particular generation, it's mostly going yellow between those 2 ways. You don't go middle. 2 ways out here as well. Though I don't think that is actually a way out. I think that's a fireplace right here. And the way I can tell that this is probably a fireplace is because I can see those pots and that exact tile. And yes, it is. It is indeed a fireplace. Yep. Though that fireplace can actually be right here, instead of this fighting room. So we just keep going. And voila, we got to the fate room. So we know for sure that this is not the right way because it's gonna loop back to the shop. It's one of these 2. I'll probably go this one. And yep, this is the right way. Cool, I probably won't be chatting too much, don't want to miss much. That's so useful with the boards, by the way. The boards? Oh. Yeah, it's fine. As long as you listen. Could probably make the game louder. Also high pillow. Mind that I'm not the best at mapping, so I still make mistakes. So my explanations might be not correct at some points, my prediction. I'm here to learn too. Nice. Okay, garbage items. I usually blank in the elevator room before going to the next floor because there's a high chance that there would be a secret room. And secret rooms often give you the most overpowered shit ever. Okay, so 1 way out. So it's not early it's not early shop. Let's see. Wait, I need to move my mouse pad a bit. Still one way out. Okay, it's this generation. So this generation is kind of shit, honestly. Like, especially with this situation that I got here. That is a chest rotation, so I don't go there. And that is the mini boss. And what I'm assuming is after this mini boss, there's going to be a shop, because this generation is usually a chest rotation and a shop. But yep, as you can see, there's a shop. But there was 1 extra room that was this motherfucker added on into the generation. There we go. One tanky bastard. Lowercase R. Nice. Talk of battle. Wow. That's incredibly good. Still one way out. And now it's two ways out. From what I can remember instantly right now, this is just a boss rotation. But there is one faster way and one slower one. I need to check which one is the slower one. That room swing is OP, so hard to do on controller. I've actually heard that it's easier to do on controller. It's just that it's generally kinda hard to get the timing on it the first try. Yeah, never mind. So yeah, this is a chest rotation, and that is the right way. And this is gonna be the crest room. You know, a lot of these, mapping in general is often just taking risks to begin with. It's kind of hard to map perfectly. There are always going to be occasions where you have to just take a YOLO, because here there was no way to tell which one was the right path. You had to go into one of them and see if it's the right one or the wrong one. I need to practice more. It really seems to help out. Yeah, God Flash is one of the tricks that saves you the most time in speedruns, mostly, especially with chain flashing, which is what I did in that fight. What the hell? FPS, please. Oh my god, my game is freezing. Third floor mapping is, in my opinion, one of the easiest ones, besides first floor mapping, obviously. Nice. These items, though. Okay, let's see. What generation do we get here? I know most of the generations just by muscle memory, so I'm not the best at explaining them. So, two ways out is like, there are two possible generations. There's the God one, which I hope we'll get today. I'm gonna be resetting for a couple of times, trying to get the generation I need. And then there's this one. This is a Corridor Mimic, or Corridor King, as we officially call it. If you see it, like, you could see it right there that it was an actual fighting room. So you don't go that way because it's the slower and wrong way. So if you see that this is a Corridor King, or Corridor Mimic, I think we should better call that. You don't go there, you go there. And so, in this path there's going to be one trap in terms of mapping, which I hope we will get. Not yet. Okay, here. I think we got it. Unless this is one of those ultra rare occasions. Let's see if it is. So, as you can see, there are two ways out here. One way going there, and one going here. So, if this is the generation I'm thinking it is, because there's a very rare occasion where it can be the other generation, despite this being a Corridor King. So, if this is the generation I'm thinking it is, this is the wrong way. That's going to be a dead end with, like, two chests, for example. And this is the right way. You're supposed to keep looping. And yes, this is the right way, as you can see, because there are more ways out here. I went into the right way, and there are three ways out now here. One is going to loop back here, and one of those is going to be the right way. Let's see. So this is the right way, pretty sure. I'll go into this room to see if I can get another example of how to map. Okay, never mind. There's a possibility that you could get a special room in one of these paths that indicates that it is the wrong way. Yeah, this was the right way. So if you go into, like in this specific generation, if you go into one of the rooms out of this intersection, and if it has two ways out, that's the wrong path. You go into the other one. I realize I'm probably not making a lot of sense right now explaining, but I'm trying my best. Okay, that was a bad idea. Wow, okay. I'm genius. Let's just drop one of my million heart containers. It's fine, I'm not trying to go fast here anyway. Let's just take our time. Having Dreadnought with only Blasphemy as your good weapon is a huge time loss, because you can't do Dreadnought very well with Blasphemy. I've seen Kade Mofu do it fast, but it's still really hard. Awesome, it's okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I know it will take a lot of practice to actually get this all memorized, but any help is appreciated. Yeah. Yeah, I can pick this up back. Hi, NOD. Okay, so let's see what kind of a holo generation I get. Holo is basically my worst floor in terms of mapping. Holo is where I can make a lot of mistakes. I'll probably not be able to do that good of a job explaining holo, but I'm gonna try anyway. Yeah, let's see. This doesn't matter at all. Okay, so this is gonna be one of those generations where it's gonna be let's see. Okay, so I went the right way, yeah. So this is gonna go back to the chest, and this is the right way. As you can see, there's blue room right here. So that path is gonna, this and that path are gonna loop into a chest. And it's easy to tell that you are going the wrong way here, because if you, for example, I went into the wrong way here, and I can see this very short corridor. There is actually not a corridor, it's actually a room. You can see that when I go inside of it, it counts as a different room. You can see that it's a room on the minimap as well. And you could see that it's a very short corridor on the minimap, so you know that this is the wrong way, and you have to turn back. And if you went the right way, you'll see two ways out. One loops to the other way, and one is a blue icy room, as we call them. This room is very important when it comes to mapping on holo. I'll hopefully also get a fake blue room. There is one blue icy room on this floor that doesn't count like one in terms of mapping. But generally, if you see that room on your path, that means you're going the right way. Not specifically this room, there are a couple of variations of them. But the blue ice rooms, there are only a couple of rooms that look like that. Blue and a lot of crystals and stuff like that. Okay, so 3 ways out now. Let's see. Not very good at holo mapping. I think this is mostly just a yellow though. Wait, this could actually be a boss right here. Never mind, it's just... Okay, I see. So yeah, that kind of stuff also can happen in speedruns, where you see special rooms attached to the fate room, as we call them. This specific room can be attached to pretty much any fighting room, and it can confuse you in mapping. So for example, it could have been attached here and you would be really confused. So this specific room with the chest locked behind a lock. Nice phrasing. That's a special room that can be attached to pretty much any fighting room. Okay, and I went the right way, so this is the right way. There are 3 ways out here. One of them is a chest rotation. In this kind of a specific situation, you can kind of just have to YOLO, because it's hard to tell which one is actually going to loop back. So it seems like this is the wrong way. Yeah. This is, because it starts looping back here, it looks like it's gonna go back into this chest. And this is indeed the right way. So it's easy to tell if you're going the wrong way in this specific room layout. If you just go into the next room and it's a fighting room, go into this one and it's gonna be the boss. Wow, I'm dumb. I was thinking maybe I could get the multi-kill, but I didn't. Let's see what kind of a 4th generation I'll get. It will be pretty hype if I get the god one. So close, yeah. It's pretty hard to get a simultaneous kill on them to skip the second part of the fight. But if you do manage to do it, it's like a 10-second save, which is really nice. Okay, so I got the one way out generation. This is generally considered as one of the worst generations on Forge that you could get. Because it has a lot of rooms until you get to Dragon, and it's also relatively hard to map. As in, there are a lot of YOLO steps in this floor, in this generation, at which you just have to completely YOLO, because there is no way to tell which one is the right one. That's the only gen I get, baby? Yeah. Sounds about right. Most of the time, it's probably placebo, but most of the time you will get this generation and you will be really salty. So yeah, the first room is just a regular fighting room, and then the second room is always this. The hammer room, which as of this update started to have actual enemies in it. Which wastes a lot of time. So no mapping decisions to make yet. Just yet. And this is a completely YOLO fest. There's basically no way to tell which one is the right one here. Besides just the general theory of Dragon is usually upwards. Oh, let's see if Dragon is upwards this time. Because usually if you get this generation, it's pretty safe to go upwards. It's more likely that you will find Dragon upwards than, say, downwards. Because the Dragon arena is pretty big. So it needs a lot of space. And fitting it under other rooms is very difficult for the game. And yep, this is the right way. So this one is actually incredibly easy to map, because you'll see in a second. This is a chest rotation and this is a long corridor. You can easily see that this is the right way, because it's a long corridor and it's very highly unlikely that it's gonna loop like this. So this is the actual chest rotation, and this is just the boss right here. Yep. Also, I'm gonna go to boat hell as well. Why not? That's sweet DPS cap though. Ow. I don't think I have anything that could one cycle. Mega Hand is like the only good weapon I got this whole run, yeah. So this is gonna be a 2 cycle. You're like far more useful. You're like a far more useful version of the map from the Explorer. Holy shit. I never thought someone would call me that. Nice, I got one more shot in. And then the next cycle I can just completely spam the Mega Hand. And bullet hell mapping is incredibly easy. Like it's the easiest mapping in the whole game, even easier than first floor. There are still some very obvious RNG decisions you have to make in bullet hell, but there are also things that make it really easy to map. Mostly the fact that bullet hell is a single generation blueprint. Unlike Forge and all of the other floors besides the secret ones, bullet hell always generates by the same blueprint. For that, it always follows a similar path. Yeah, it's always the exact same blueprint, but the path is obviously every time different. So in the beginning, this is the first fork, as we say, even though forks are supposed to have 4 spikes. We call them forks anyway. So one of them is going to loop and have a way out. That's the right way, and one of them is going to be a dead end. And this, well, this kind of looks more convincing to be a loop than say something like this or this. So let's see if this is the right way, if this is the loop. And yeah, it is. So there's also such a thing in this first fork that is, there's a faster way and then there's a slower one. Let's see which one I got here. So yeah, I went the slower way, as you can see. So the way I can see that this is a slower way. In the fast way, on the second room I would already be leaving the loop. Like, let's see. And also there is a corridor mimic right here. As you can see by that very short entrance on the minimap. These guys you can kill just by pushing them into the pit, which is always super satisfying. So first room, second room, and I'm already leaving the loop. Now going the wrong way in this particular generation wasn't that big of a time loss because this is just a corridor mimic. It's not an actual fighting room, so I didn't lose out on much time. So we will be moving into the second fork shortly. Aye. Nice. Okay, we'll just drop another hot container to get blasphemy back. Just gonna snipe that one with the mega hand. Okay, so this room should already be a fork. At this point there have been enough rooms for this to be a fork now. Yep, and this is a fork. So let me clear this room and explain how the second fork works. So in the second fork, there's going to be a rotation and the right path. So one of the two paths here are going to loop back and be a dead end, practically, and one of them is going to be the right way. This kind of looks like it could probably loop, so I'm gonna go this way and hope that this is the right one. Though it is also very possible that it could just look like this, which kind of looks like the case right now. Let's see if it is. And yeah, seems like it. Or is it? It's mostly fine. So actually, this seems like the right way. Yep, I went the right way. And the assumption I made earlier was the right assumption. So there, we are going to enter the third fork right now. And the third fork is the most RNG dependent one, because there are 3 ways out, 2 of them are dead ends, and 1 of them is the right path. So unfortunately I didn't get any long paths, because in these forks, if you see a long corridor, it is basically the right path on the second and third fork. So right now we are in the third one. Oh, I actually got held back. So this is mostly a YOLO fest. Any of these 3 could be the boss, so you just go by the gut feeling. Okay, so I went the wrong way here. And I am an excellent player. Ow. It's going to be a tough glitch. Why? What I did right there was pre-shooting, as I call it. Basically shooting into a spawning enemy and shooting the other spawned enemy right away, which saves you time. That's right. I can't do any double taps anymore. Yeah, I don't have any way to push them off, I don't think. This has shit knockback, aka no knockback whatsoever. So I can just bait them over here. Full meme mode. Wrecked. So this is the right way. This was the actual right way. So yeah, as you can see, you can't really map that much on the third fork unless there's a long corridor. If there isn't, then it's just a YOLO fest mostly. Ah, that was an accidental blank. I didn't mean to press that. Okay, it's gonna be Lich. Wow, I didn't get anything this run. That's pretty interesting. Usually I at least get something. I guess I'll just favor Blasphemy for whenever I need to go pussy mode and use defensive abilities of Blasphemy. Ow. I could die, honestly. I haven't done a Lich run in so long. Oh, that was a blank here. I'm not gonna get it anymore though. Could still teleport back here though. Yeah, Lich, give me a minute, be right back. Yeah, just, fuck. Okay, I made a mistake. Okay, you want to fight, I see. I understand your feeling. Had to waste my only blank just to make sure I don't get hit by teleporting back here. Ow. I'm dumb. I had no idea you could do that, that you were gonna have to face him blind there. Yeah, you can actually teleport out of the second and third phases. This game is broken. I hate this attack. It's a yellow fast in terms of how to dodge it. Oh, that's a very shitty layout. Holy fuck. Those patterns he decided to do. Okay, I didn't die. That was a shitty run. Jesus Christ, I'm so bad. I'm probably not gonna go to bullet hell that much anymore because there isn't really that much to explain in bullet hell mapping, honestly. So it's just quick restart and continue exploring the actual floors that matter. Of the Hoster Eye, Dragon Tooth, Gungeon Window is the one, the truth, nobody the fool. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this could be the good generation. The, as we call them, the god generation. It isn't, okay. So it's just 2 ways out. The right path here is going to be the one that's through the chest loop. So let's see. And this is the wrong path. So if there are 3 rooms and then the there are 2 rooms and the third room has 2 ways out, the right way is the one that has a chest rotation. So there are 2 ways out here, so this is the wrong way. The right way is going to be right here, which is going to be a chest rotation. Oh, isn't that nice of you? Oh yeah, Blast Helmet also adds damage to your dodge rolls, as from what I've heard in this update. I wonder how much damage does it actually add. Okay, it's pretty big. I guess it works the same way as spiky armor. Well, I already have no contact damage because I'm playing bullet. But these 2 items combined are broken, and the damage multiplier on dodge roll damage gets like, wah, it flies, it skyrockets. So this is the wrong way, obviously, because it's gonna rotate back into the chest, and so the right way is one of these 2. So from where I can see, it's probably not this way. Actually, I can see barrows there. Yeah, so I saw barrows there, which made me think that this is the wrong way, which it indeed was the wrong way. And yeah, as you can see like this room right here. Also, I think that might be a chest or a wall mimic. You see this room right here, then a path downwards, and this kind of a situation, especially with the pots right here. You can definitely see that this is the boss. This is the boss right here. See, that's a wall mimic. Oh, never mind, it's just a wall. Let's see that damage. Whoa, that damage cap. Whoa, that damage cap. Whoa. So yeah, it's broken, just like the armor of thorns and the red cape. Fight Saber? What is that synergy? There's a flying skull. Okay. Fight Saber training. That's the first time I've gotten this synergy. Okay, so 2 ways out, and this is a corridor mimic. Let's call them mimics for now. This is a corridor mimic, so you usually do want to go into this room to see if there is going to be an early shop generation. So let's see. And it isn't the early chest or the early shop generation. So if you see that there's, like, this room is considered a corridor, technically. It's a fighting room, but it's also technically a corridor. So you go into it and you see that there is no shop, you turn back. And this is going to be the better way to go. I generally like to stay in the loop in this situation. Yeah, I also need to not forget that I have infinite damage. So yeah, this was a bamboozle. This is one of the bamboozle generations. Though I actually should have seen that because this goes downwards. So I thought it's gonna loop like this. Like this. But it actually loops like this. So I bamboozled myself. Oh god. Oh my fucking god. Both of these in the same shop. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Yeah, I guess I'll take the bracket key. Why not? Ugh, no. Not this gun. Fucking hate this gun. Okay, so shop. And this is gonna be the wrong way because it loops back, and this is gonna be the right one. Yeet. This gun is so dumb. So yeah, as you can see, you keep going into the loop here. You keep looping, and then you see 3 ways out. One of them is the shop, one of them is the boss path, and one of them loops backwards. This fucking wooden stick, I hate it. Also, yeah, after you kill any boss, you always want to use this teleporter in the map to save a couple of seconds. That's also a very important thing in speedruns. As of this update, when they added those, they saved so much time. I'd say it's probably like a 15-second save over the course of the whole run in turbo. So one way out here. I was kind of wanting to get the loop generation, but this is a one way out gen. You started doing that yourself? Good. Okay, so 2 ways out, let's see. This is mostly a YOLO gen. Don't mind me, I'm just having fun with this fucking beam. Okay, so this is gonna loop back here, I'm pretty sure. Wood beam is one of the stupid weapons I can't help but use because it's too much fun. Right. Okay, so this is a shrine. Let's go. I think this is gonna be a chest path though. It's so fucking broken as well. Like, it's literally broken. It doesn't work most of the time. Okay, seems like I actually went the right way, surprisingly enough. So this was... Yep. So I went the right way this time. Unfortunate. Didn't think I would ever be sad by going into the wrong way. So yeah, the right way can often be through a shrine. And I'm pretty sure that loops backwards. That loops with each other. And this is a chest path. I think the room up top in the second floor is a locked chest room. You think so? Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay, so it was a completely different generation. There is one generation where it does loop like this. But yeah, you are right. So then we see this, which is a shop rotation, and this is the right path. You go into this room, and there will be a room leaving the loop, and that's going to be the boss. As you can see, this is the boss right here. Never mind then. Do I have Amanomi bot in here? Yes, I do. Let's see what kind of a hollow I get this time. Like, hollow is definitely my worst floor in terms of mapping. I'm super inconsistent when it comes to hollow. I think it's Fight Saber training. I know what Fight Knives is. That's the one with the knife shield. But Fight Saber is held, an orbital appears that blocks enemy shots. Wow, so useful, considering that... No, that's actually bad. That's a D synergy, that's a negative synergy. You don't want them to get blocked. You want them to fly towards you so you reflect them. Wow, that's a negative synergy, holy fuck. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, so you can see that this is also like this is a corridor mimic. So this appears like a room. Oh, it's a very short corridor, extremely close to the room itself, unlike this one. So this is pretty much the wrong way. You go into here. So if you see that, you go here. And voila, this is the right way. Where the hell are you? Okay. Okay, now this generation I'm not so familiar with. I know that this is going to loop. So it's a... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Let's see if this is the right way. Okay, now. So it's probably the most outside one from what I remember. As I said, I'm terrible at hole mapping. So this one looks like the one that goes... Okay, so, okay. Finally, we got a fake blue icy room. This is not a mapping room. This is just a regular fighting room that looks like a blue icy room. If you see this, you don't go here. Well, it could technically be the right way, but this is not something you consider a mapping piece. As you saw right here, it was attached to a regular fate room in the beginning, and it actual blue icy rooms that are important in mapping, they will never be attached to this kind of a room. Oh my god, Blockner. Ow. I am going to kill you with my wooden beam, and you won't have anything to do against it. There we go. Sinner Grace. So is this a dead end? Oh my god. Fucking wooden beam. Love it. I guess I'll pay. I want my idol. Why am I your idol? Hi, Future. Nice. I got fucked. So yeah, this is a dead end. So that is the right way. Because you're the best? No, I'm not. Now this, I actually don't remember. I think it's just one of them. Oh, I see, yeah. It's the chest rotation and then there is the right way. I'm sorry that I'm not explaining much in this generation because like I'm not that good at holo mapping to explain it. So why you have the world record? I don't know. I got lucky. Oh, you bastard! How did you survive? Yeah, this was just a straight path to the boss. Ah, that's right. This boss is fucked. Fuck. Ah, I got mind blocked. Hello? What? Let's see what kind of a forge we get this time. Buy some health. And I'll get some health here. I hope I can get a god forge gen to explain it. Okay, so this could actually be the god gen. Let's see. That's actually really nice if this is the god gen. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it is. Pretty sure. Yep, so this is the absolute god gen. If you get this, you're the luckiest bastard on the universe. So this is one of the generations on Forge in which you can actually get the world record. So you start with 2 ways out in the first room, and both of them are legit ways out. So both of these are actual rooms, and the second or third room will have like in this path, the equivalent of this room will have 2 ways out. So let's see. Right, I forgot that I have insane dodge roll damage. Oh wow, it's actually not that insane. So if you have the Armor of Thorns, it's actually 240 damage. So I think this is quite a bit lower. So this will have 2 ways out. One of those ways out right here is actually not a legit room. It's a special room. It's probably a gun muncher. See what it is. One of those ways is just a special room. I'm kind of just curious to see what it is, honestly. So yeah, the right way is going to be here. It's going to be this path, most likely, and this is going to loop back. And the reason why this generation is literally, figuratively, literally the best generation is because you have the smallest amount of rooms towards dragon. So this could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and dragon right here. Or if you are the luckiest man, the luckiest person on Earth ever, it will be 1, 2, 3, and boss. Ooh, gemmed boy. So what is this room? What the fuck? I'm actually really curious now. Because there are supposed to be 2 ways out here. Oh, so it's a shrine room. Okay, explains. This could have been a great run. If I tried, yeah. So let's see how many rooms is it to dragon. If dragon is like right up there, that upper room, then this is literally the best case scenario you could have gotten. Especially considering that I went this way instantly. Jesus fuck. Why does this never happen in my actual runs? Oh kurwa. What the fuck? This never fucking happens. Whenever I try to get a good run, this never fucking happens. Literally impossible to get that gen in an actual run. Ow. Oh, okay. I had a run yesterday where like the 3rd or 4th room on the 5th floor was the dragon. Instantly thought you would love that map. Yeah, it was probably this map. Or the one that has 3 ways out on the first room. PR. Yes, I said kurva. Fight Saber, Botkey, Blast Helmet, and Godforge. Right, this was like an actual good setup. I actually feel like speedrunning now. Yeah, from what I can see, this is probably a fireplace room, so you are supposed to keep going there. Never mind. But this was still the wrong way. So if you went that way, which I would have done in an actual run, then I would have gone the right way. Excuse the spelling, I've never written Polish before. I'm not Polish either. I'm actually Russian. Bounty bullets. Yeah, so there are 2 ways out. The right way is just a straight path, pretty much. Which I think I just went into. Yep. In this generation, there are 2 ways out here. It's a shop with a chest rotation. And then another 2 ways out, in which this should be a chest rotation. And the right path is just a room with 1 way out, and it's the boss. And this is a chest rotation. I can be your Polish translator. I could try for some actual runs after this. I still have time. Let's see what kind of a second floor gen we get. One way out. Okay, we didn't get the interesting gen, sadly. With triple crossbow, you want to keep it in the 3-shot version, because it does actual good damage. Okay, so 4 ways here. This is technically the worst gen because it's the hardest to map, because in this gen you have to go YOLO mode. But if you go the right way here, the first try, this is actually a pretty fast gen. Try to get that if I get enough money. This could either be the right way or just the chest rotation. Actually, is it through the boss in this generation? I don't remember, honestly. Okay, so I went the right way here. The way I can tell this is that I went to this room and then this was the room. And this room indicates that I am on the right way. It can also appear in the chest rotation, but usually if you get this room in this kind of a situation, that means you are going the right way, which I am. And just like that, it was the right way. You can mostly just use Blasphemy on the holster. It's a perfect DPS weapon. Perfect as in, you have infinite ammo on Blasphemy and it caps the boss anyway. So using other weapons is pretty much pointless since you already do the best possible DPS with just Blasphemy on this floor. Bundle of Wands is extremely good to get. It's a very good weapon. Hopefully I can get a good gen on this floor. Okay, so I didn't, because this right here is a Corridor King or Corridor Mimic. So as soon as I saw that this was the Corridor King, and I just went there to prove that I wasn't wrong. And from what, like, I spawned right here and saw that this was the Corridor Mimic, so I instantly knew that this was the right path to go, and this was the slower one. Okay, yeah, so this was kind of the generation I was talking about earlier, though I was actually really dumb. So this loops here. Okay, so this is the wrong way. The way I could tell this is that I went from a fate room in which you have to make a decision in mapping, and this was the first room after this room, and this particular room is a set piece. It acts very specially in the generation, and as you saw, this was a dead end with a chest. So as soon as I saw this room after this room, I knew that this was the wrong way, and this is the right one. So bad at chain flashing. Okay, and this room is also a set piece. And it indicated that this was the right way because I got this room, and the very next room, the second room, was this room, and this room is a set piece. So say if I got this room and this room was here instead, this is also this would have also been the right path. And here it's just through the shop. I will still see what this is though. And it's a gun muncher, so it's useless. Map is nice, especially considering there was origami in the earlier shop, I think. Though I couldn't get that. And as you can see, it was just through the shop. I hope this is helping you. Because I know I'm not making much sense explaining this. Gun dropping is also a very important trick in speedruns. Oh my god. you save an enormous amount of time by doing gun drops like these. So I just have a constant DPS and don't have to wait for reloads. So I put out the maximum DPS possible, and that saves a lot of time. It's so useful. You're doing a great job. You have no idea how much I'm gonna rewatch this stream. Okay. I'll just refill this. And as I always say, Ho is the one in which I can't really exploit that well. There's one gen that I can map well in Ho, and the rest are pretty mostly RNG. I also suggest not instantly going into the next room, because if you see, the reason why I waited there is because I saw that health drop that dropped, that heart piece that dropped. So I kept waiting on, because ammo packs as room clears come in the last. So if you get an ammo drop with a heart in the same room, the heart spawns first, and then there is going to be an ammo pack spawning. So I saw that the heart dropped, and I decided to keep waiting to see if an ammo drop is also gonna drop. Because if I didn't and the ammo drop would actually spawn, I would just waste it because I would go into the room without waiting. Mapping is my first major hurdle in my eyes. There's obviously the skill factor too, but that will come with time. After that, it's all technical stuff, DPS caps and stuff. Yep. But I want to learn this as much as possible before I start. Right. Yeah, that's a good way of thinking. So, second room has 3 ways out. I'm pretty sure the right way here is the most outside one. Something like that. Okay, so it wasn't this way. Or it was the most inside one? I don't fucking remember. God, Flash is incredibly useful in these kind of rooms. And I got the slow death animation bug, which wastes you a lot of time. This is a bug. They aren't supposed to die this slowly. In previous updates, they would die pretty much instantly. Okay, so I think it's the most inside one. I'm gonna practice this actually. I realize this is supposed to be a teaching stream kind of, but I'm also gonna be practicing with it. It's always a good thing to practice. Don't think I've ever seen that. Is it a PC glitch? I think it's just a glitch in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons in general. You usually find it at, it usually happens only in speedruns. I think the reason why it happens, or at least one of the reasons why it could happen, is because you kill the enemy too quickly when it spawns. At least that's the only common thing that I've seen in this situation. Sniped. Okay, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, both of these rooms will have 2 ways out, and one of them, the outside path, is the right one. So let's see. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. So this right here could be the boss. But it also could be just a fighting room, which I actually think it is. Never mind, so this was the boss. And this room is going to be pretty much the copy of that one. Except instead of the boss, it will have just another fighting room. So, yeah, just... Oh, wow. That's actually good. What the fuck? I wanted to open the chest, but I accidentally broke it and it gave me ammo. So yeah, as I said, both of these rooms would have 2 ways out. And at that point, it's mostly YOLO. Because the boss could have also been here and could have been Warmonger. But it was here, and it's probably Priest. Or Killer Purus, yeah. Ow, oops. The card, that's pretty nice. Also, is the volume of my voice fine or not? Because I could make the microphone quieter or louder if you think I need to. Because I've got a new microphone and I'm still trying to get it set up properly. It's perfect? Okay. Let me actually hear how I sound right now. It's perfect? Okay. Let me actually hear how I sound right now. It's pretty good. It could definitely be better. Okay, so I got the shit gen again. Let's just go through it, why not? This generation is depressing. Every time I get it on an actual run, I just fall into depression. I was about to say that's gonna happen. Voice of an angel. Oh wow. I wonder if Descartes could actually one cycle. I need to find out. I can't really explain much in this particular generation, but because it's mostly just YOLO. Don't think it can. Whoa. Okay, so I actually went the right way. What a surprise. And it's the variation that's through the shop. This exact generation is basically, no, not basically, it is literally the best generation to get if you have escape rope on a speedrun. Because then you just get teleported to the shop, one room, and it's the boss. This is the most perfect generation to get on an escape rope run. Should I ask what have I come across? Is it a speedrun of my favorite game? Yes, I'm explaining generations of this game for speedrunning. I'm probably gonna archive this stream and maybe export it to my YouTube channel. It's basically me explaining generations. Because knowing generations is the most important part of Gungeon speedrunning. Also, yes, so when I don't do this, I usually actually speedrun. This is what I'm currently doing. You can't really call this speedrun because this time is horrible. I'm going slowly on this run on purpose just to explain stuff and take my time. Oh, what the fuck? They actually whoop it back. So to be a good speedrunner, you need to be really good at Monster Hunter generations. Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's see if the card can actually one cycle. I don't think it can. But I have dreams. I am but an only Russian kid who has a dream. Wow, okay, I'm not sure if I one cycle there because of bundle of ones in my second hand. But I think that card could one cycle with other weapons. So that's really good to know. I'm gonna consider that card that almost one psycho weapon. I'm not sure if it can one psycho if I have a shit weapon in my other hand. But it did one psycho there, so that's nice. Okay, one way out. Nothing to explain here. One way out still. This could be a gold generation. The theoretically fastest one. And it is, okay. So I'm actually really glad I got this generation because I really wanted to explain this. I'm gonna explain it after I clear this room. So, there are 2 rooms, 1, 2, and the third room will have 3 ways out. And this exact situation is incredibly easy to map because you see this one corridor and this small one, and this is the boss because you can fit a boss entrance into here. And if you see this kind of a situation in this generation, this is pretty much always the boss. Oh shit, for the viewers. Yeah, if you can figure out how to high percentage get one cycle, you will save a lot of runs. Exactly. One cycling is probably one of the most important things in a speedrun of Genshin. And yeah, this is the boss. And the way I could tell this is, as I explained, because of this situation right here. And I got Trigger Twins, which is the fastest first floor boss, because you can do this and kill them both at the same time, which saves a lot of time. This fight can be done in under 30 seconds, which is just amazing. Just like that. Trick gun, garbage. Let's see. I really want to get an early shop generation to explain it, because that's my favorite one. And it is practically the fastest generation on second floor. Kinda. It's also the easiest to map. Okay, so this could actually be an early shop. I can see that this right here is a corridor mimic. It's a corridor that's considered a room. So let's see. Nope, this is not a shop. In an early shop generation, there would be a corridor mimic, and then this would be the shop right here. You're gonna need to go to the next GDQ, just saying. Dude, I don't have money. I don't have money to go to GDQ. I would if I could. The amount of money required to go to GDQ, especially for a Russian like me, it's absurd. Shrine. I think this is gonna be the wrong way, possibly. Not sure though. This is another one of those generations where you can't really tell which one is the right way. Yeah, my assumption was that this was indeed the chest, and it was, well, this was the chest path, and it was. Or I'll open this, why not? So yeah, it's kind of hard to tell which one is actually going to loop back, because you do want to keep looping here. And I assumed that this was going to be the loop, but it actually was this. Okay, so this is probably going to be just through the shop, through Bella. Yep, Bella has a way out. Actually, no. So it's the same generation that I got a couple of runs ago. So this is just a shop, this swoops back, and this is the right path. Yep, just like that. This is a pretty fast generation if you get it right, first try. But it's easy to make mistakes on it. Can you note, please? I'm a Konda, I kinda want to move. Jesus Christ. Why do you bully me? Let me quickly drop this. Your trick gun is garbage. I should be able to kill her before she gets to the other add-on. Ah, I barely missed it. Barely missed the timing. Rip. Okay, I don't know why I picked that up. I would absolutely go to HGDQ this year if I had the absurd amount of money required for that, and if I also had the Had my mom accept that because I'm not sure if she would actually agree with it. Okay, so I got yet another one way out gen, which is depressing. I really want to get the other one. Ooh, my FPS tanked right now. Okay. Let's see if I'll get the thing that I wanted to explain earlier. So, 3 ways out. Let's see if this is the right way. So, this is the wrong way. Yep. I can instantly tell, absolutely 150 million% that this is the wrong way. And the way I could tell this is because this is a room in which I need to make a mapping decision. I go into this room, and the first room, the very first room here, is this room, which is also a set piece. It's a room that acts specially in a generation. So this is probably a chest. Let's see what it is. This is guaranteed to not be the right way. And it indeed is a chest. Wow, I got another one of those. Sure. So one of those is going to be the right way. So it's the lower path that's the right way. Because I can see that this is a chest rotation, so I instantly need to go to the other way. So is it any set piece, is it any set piece of the first mapping decision, or specifically that one? Well, you know about the other set piece, right? The set piece that, well, looks kind of like this. The one that's a square room with 2 minecarts. That rule right here also applies for that room. For the minecart room. It's not specifically that one. There are basically 2 or 3 set pieces on this floor. 2 that I can get off the top of my head. And I think there was a third one, which I cannot remember. So those 2 rooms are for sure set pieces that work the way I explained. I'm going 0 IQ mode here, and I can't remember if there was a third one or not. If I can't remember it, there probably isn't, but I'm not sure. And just as a couple of runs earlier, this is a shop rotation, and the right way is the one that goes outside of the loop. The one cart, yeah, right, Pyrochrome, right. The one cart room, the one that is an empty room. There is a pit right here, and it's just an empty minecart room. That is also a set piece, correct. Thank you, Pill. Yeah, I went 0 IQ mode there, I couldn't remember it at all. Minecart over the pit? Right, yeah, you're correct, both of you. Oh, I didn't have any blanks, I forgot. I thought I had a spare blank. Gun dropping this gun is difficult because it actually drops in such a position. Wait, oh no. I think it's just because my hitbox is broken at the moment. Yeah. My hitbox is broken. Fuck. Don't disappear. Thank you. Was there any health? Yes, there was. Okay. I want to take it just so the run isn't slow as hell. Let's see what kind of a hole I get. I'll probably take a small break to get some coffee because my throat is getting sore. Big fan? Oh shit. Thank you for the 100 bits. Black hat. I'm glad you enjoy my streams. One thing to note as well is that Hollow is always one way out from the spawn. Nice. Okay, so this is the generation that I've already gotten, I think. So, yep. This is the wrong path. The way I can see that is, well, if you just look at this and how close it is, you can see that this is a corridor mimic. It's supposed to be a corridor, but it spawns as a fighting room, and this is going to be, like, somewhere going to be a chest. So I need to go back. Nice, I actually got health. That's right, I have the boss helmet. I forgot. I have absurd damage. And yeah, this was the right way. Ow. So, the right path here, I don't specifically know if there is any mapping rule in this generation to find out which one is actually the right path, so I just go random. The one that looks most convincing, I guess you could say. See if I could get health, because I'm playing awfully. Okay, so I went the right way, pretty sure. Now I just need to go straight. Like, if I'm not mistaken, one of these is going to be a chest rotation and one of these is going to be the right way. Let's see, so this should be technically the boss. Theoretically. Yeah, this is a boss and this should be a chest rotation, right? I'm trying to explain, but I'm also technically practicing myself. Let's see if I could hit a non-full HP God Flash. Oh, I think I did it. There we go. It's so fucking hard to do though. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm just fucking around mostly. But I'm trying to do a non-full HP God Flash, and God Flash is like 5 million times harder to do if you don't have full HP. The timing becomes super tight. Also, I took a gent hit. Nice. Is there anything? Nah, let's go. Actually, I'll just buy blanks for safety. Why not? I accidentally used one of them right away. What a great gamer. One pre-blank you can do here is what I did right now. And if you're not a fucking idiot and my game lagged as soon as I wanted to do that micro dodge, I love this. So there's a specific spot you can stand in there to just stand and not have to dodge, and you can maximize your damage. I wanted to get it there, but my game decided to lag. And I just decided to dodge away because I'm a pussy and I'm at 1 health. I would have died. I see, it's empty. I completely forget that I have boss helmet. Oh no, why? Can you not? Killing him will take like 5 ages. You stink. There we go. Got my heroin. Wow, 48 viewers. Incredible. Let's see if I can get the three-way out forge, which is also a very good forge to get on a run, because it's one of the fast ones. There are basically two fast generations on the forge, and all of the other ones are slow. I think I possibly may have just gotten the good generation. Let's see. From the looks of it, I think I got the perfect generation. Let's see if I'll go the wrong way on first try. Okay, so I actually went the right way, but this is a very unfortunate generation, incredibly unfortunate. And the reason why I say that is because this is the fastest generation, but I have to go through the fucking mini boss, which wastes a lot of time. I see that this is a long corridor and this is a chest rotation. It's incredibly easy to tell that this is going to be the actual loop, and this is guaranteed to be the boss path. Unfortunately, if you can just get fucked like this and get the mini boss on the path, which is incredibly unlucky and wastes you a bajillion of seconds. If that happens to you, I am very sorry. Getting a situation like this is incredibly unlucky. It happens. Okay, so this is... Actually, no. This could be a perfect generation because... if the boss is right here, this is theoretically the perfect gen. And the reason for that is because this mini boss room actually doesn't count as a room in any generation. It actually doesn't count as a room at all. But this was still not the perfect gen. As in, the generation is perfect, but the variety isn't. The perfect variety would have been if the boss was right here instead of this room. A bajillion, yes. Bajillion. The largest alien there is. Okay, so I actually got the slow variety of the perfect gen. Because there are 3 rooms until dragon. Which is very unlucky. I'll probably go to bullet hell on this run as well. I want to get a one corridor. Do I want to explain the phantom rooms? The phantom rooms? You have to use a more understandable term for me to understand. You mean special rooms? The ones that can be attached to any room? I already explained the chest one. The other one that I know is the vampire. Still a record time while coaching? No. This is a garbage time. What do you mean? This is awful. I mean, it might be decent for some people, but by my own standards, this is awful. And this is nowhere near the record. "20 minutes finishing dragon is still fast?" I mean... oh yeah, kinda, I guess. Not really for turbo. I know, right? His slowest time today is still better than my fastest time yet. Well, you could also say that I'm actually playing in turbo mode right now, and you do your runs in normal mode. So that's also a huge factor. Worth it! That may or may not exist, which is why there was like 3 extra rooms to reach the dragon. Oh yeah, it's just... I wouldn't call them phantom rooms, it's just variety luck. Because every generation could have that. It's not guaranteed that you will have the exact same amount of rooms until the boss in every generation. Like, I just call that variety, because this could have been dragon right after this room, but this was also 4 rooms until the dragon. Well, 3 if you count the actual rooms. So this is just, this kind of a part of the run is basically luck. If you get 1 room to dragon, or 3 rooms like this. See if I could get any long corridors in here. Okay, unfortunately no long corridors. I need to jump to the shops quick. I'll be back in 5. Okay. Oh, what? Why did my favorite weapon change? Okay, so I went the right way, but is this the fast way? Yes, I went the fast way. Nice. And the reason why I call this the fast way because the room in which I leave this loop is on the second room. And going through that way would have been slower. And as you can see, this is just a loop, so you leave the loop with this room. And this is the path to the right way. Hell also does have that, which Pillowchrome called Phantom Rooms. In Hell, one of the major parts in which you can save time in a record is depending on how many rooms you get until the next forks. So you could get 2 rooms until the next fork, like this, but you could also get 4 or 3, which I had happen in one of the last runs. Well, in the first run, in which I did go to both Hell. Ow. No. Okay, and here it's mostly just yelling as well, but I would say that this is more likely to be the right way, because this seemed like it's pretty comfortable for it to loop, so I'm gonna go here, assuming this is the right way, which by the looks of it, it might be. And it is the right way. That is one tanky boy. I just used the room names from OG-san's guide. I'm gonna be completely honest, I haven't looked at OG-san's guide pretty much at all. Because, I don't find them useful. For me, personally, obviously. Because I've already memorized the generations enough. Does this work? No, I just signed... Oh, I think it's mapping OG-san? Holy fuck, I give up. Ah, it's off FOG-san. There we go. Yes. Does he have them called as Phantom Rooms? I haven't looked that much into his own guide. Let me look at it actually. If my laptop is not gonna die because I opened it. Hopefully. 4/06/2018. Isn't that outdated? Oh, that's right. My command is outdated in of itself. Wait, let me update this command. This is actually wrong. This isn't the right guide. This is the older version of it. I'll get the link to the right one and change the command. Let's see, guides. Fuji-san, enter the dungeon mapping guide. Yes. I think this is a good one. Let's see. Okay, yes. Let me get the link. Come on. Why is the page freezing up? Okay, there we go. Edit, comb of Fuji-san. There we go. That's the right one. Let's see. Corridor King, a room which seems like a corridor. Blue Icy Room, a room with blue floor and icy objects of hollow. Dead Blow Room, a room with platforms and chaser hammer of forge. That's not quite correct anymore though, because there can actually be enemies instead of the hammer. Phantom Room, a room sometimes exists, sometimes doesn't, even when the duration is the same. I see, so that's how he calls it. Okay, Phantom Rooms, I guess. I never called them Phantom Rooms. But that's good to know. I'll use that terminology, I guess. Spooky. I know, right? Phantom Rooms. Fucking spooky. Hadouken! Sorry, you can. So this is the third fork, right? So just go upwards. I'm dumb. Ah, okay. Welcome back, Stride. Okay, I went the wrong way. Oh, my blasphemy already passively reloaded, so I can't do any god flashes. I wonder. I need to screenshot this. This could be something. This what I am seeing right now could be something important. I'm dumb. Okay, that's interesting. I think it's possible that I just found out something new to mapping. I'm not quite sure yet. But I'll need to test more to see if it's right or not. Because as soon as I entered into that third fork, I saw this incredibly small corridor and I thought it was pretty suspicious. So I decided to go the other ways and see if they were right. And as soon as I saw that was the wrong way, I was starting to doubt and think that this was actually the right way, which it was. So this could actually be something important to mapping. I'll definitely try to look into that. What guns do I even have? None. Ah, yes. Well, okay. I didn't notice that one. I misclicked. Okay. Let's just keep going. No need to finish the run anyway. Okay, let's see what generations do I get now. I still haven't gotten a single early chest gen, interestingly enough. And I really want to. Because it's one of the good generations on the first floor. Okay, so that's the same generation that I got in my very first run. 3 ways out, middle is usually the wrong one. Let's see if it's wrong this time. Nope, it's actually... Oh, it could still be wrong. That could be a wall mimic right here. Okay, it wasn't. But it's a secret room. Okay, so yeah, middle was the wrong way. It was just a dead end, except fireplace. A fireplace room was attached to it. And as I said, fireplace is a special room that can be attached to almost any fighting room. That's why it can confuse you. Getting a room, weapon drop on first floor is really nice because if you do get that, you can start chain flashing right away. So you do need a second weapon to do chain flashes. Nice. That was a pretty hard angle to do the guard flash at. Okay, I see. So the boss is probably right here then. Because that's a different room. I could see that this wasn't the boss room just by judging by the shape of this room, because this part is longer than this one, so I instantly knew that was not the right room. I think... No, I'm actually not sure what that room is, but it's not the right one. It's not the one into which you want to go. So that all that matters. Alien engine, oh fuck. Getting alien engine on first floor is incredibly amazing. I'm really sad that I didn't make this an actual run. With each run, my urge to just go fast gets bigger and bigger. Okay, let's see if this is an early chest. Early shop, I mean. And I keep mixing those up. My English, please. So I can instantly see that this is a corridor king. And it is indeed an early shop. So this is a very good generation because it's incredibly easy to map. You see this corridor king, you go into it, see if it's an early shop. It is an early shop. This is most likely, well, this is a crest room, yeah. Then here, you go into here. And from here, we will go out of the loop. And then we'll have to go out of the loop again. Not necessarily out of the loop, but there's going to be... Oh god. Ugh. Nice. Let's see what kind of a chest is this. Shrine, I mean. Okay, let's go. Steady and paid. Okay. So, I don't think this is the right way. I hope this isn't the right way. So I'm gonna see what this is. Okay. It's probably through the mini boss. Or through the other room. Let's see. I really hope it's not through the mini boss. I think it is. Fuck. Yeah, it's through the mini boss. Shit. Dojo, delete mini bosses from the game, please. I swear to god, get close to the edge, I will fucking melt you. God, well, I tried. Oh, that was a good try. Okay. So, just take these, why not? Yes. There should be 2 ways out. Yeah, well, fuck. The map spoiled it all. Fucking map. I wanted to explain this, but I got the fucking map. So yeah, here's just 2 ways out. And going away, it's a boss. It's basically a loop with the boss. A boss loop, as I call it. Alien Engine is also an incredibly valuable weapon in the speedrun because it's one of the few weapons that can actually one-cycle the Dragon Heart. So having it in a run is incredibly nice. This is a pretty long early shop generation though, like very long. Pillow, would you then consider mini bosses a Phantom Room? They technically are, right? There we go. Fucking cat? I got Quantum Chris? Oh no. This would have actually been a good run if I tried. Ah, this is so sad. Yeah, I guess so. I just hate mini bosses. Right, right. Who doesn't? Who doesn't hate mini bosses, honestly? They suck. Oh man, I really want to get a perfect gen in here. This is a corridor king. I want to get a perfect gen in here, so I can explain it. I could start using the breach shortcuts to try and farm for the generations. God, God, what a good control. Ah, fuck. Also, hi. Sin Dongbin. Oh, what the hell? I accidentally entered the gun menu. And let's see. Okay, so this is probably the right way then. Because there isn't a set piece here. So I can know that, yeah, and as I said several times in the previous runs, this is a normal room, and then I get a set piece, this set piece. So if it's, this is a room in which I need to make a mapping decision, this loops, so I have 2 decisions to make. I go into the first room. If it's a normal fighting room and has a way out, then it's most likely the right way. And if the second room is a set piece, which this is, and if the second room is a set piece, then you're on the right way. Oh, that's the only enemy. What the fuck? And from here it's just through the shop. I'll buy ammo. Why not? I bought the wrong thing. Yeah, I'll buy something from Sinner Grace as well. Why not? Mutation. Okay. Fine. And it's the boss. Nice. Good gen. And we can just use the cat. Unless he does this fucking attack. Fun fact, you can actually kill the mines with god flashes. Also, despite the compressed air tank actually being a charge weapon, its charging time is so small that you can pretty much just tap it and it shoots. I see a lot of people actually fully charging the gun for like a whole second and then shooting it out, which you don't need to do. You can just tap and it shoots out pretty much instantly. Let's see what hole do I get. good to know. I know you can use the camera to do the same thing. Yes. Well, the camera uh, does have an actual respectable charging time. It's like half a second. It's not as small as the cat's, so you actually do have to kind of charge it. Also, if you don't know, tables actually give you iframes. Oh, that wasn't a good example, but yeah. Tables actually give you iframes. Oh. I'll try to give a better example next time. An actual big room. Table iframes are very useful, honestly. Okay, so let's go the most inside way. Okay, I give up. Okay, this is actually a good room to show it on. Fuck. This is actually a hella spicy room. Forgot flashing as well. Oh, that was so satisfying. Yeah, I knew that too. There's a small blank on flipping and F2. Yep. It does a small blank around the table, and it also gives iframes to the character itself. Why your sword's defensing range is so wide? Because I'm doing God Flash. God Flash is a speedrunning trick with Blasphemy where you swing, reload, and turn to the other side. And you do that very quickly in that order, and it does a God Flash. As you can see, it activated there and destroyed that table. Basically, what that trick does, it enlarges the melee swing of Blasphemy by like 5 million times. Not exactly, but yeah. Yeah, it's an incredibly good trick. And to continue just doing it instantly, like, or constantly, you can do this. You do the God Flash, then switch to a different weapon, and then back to Blasphemy. Okay, so I think this is the generation where there are two ways out in both of these, or if not that, then it's the one where it's a chest rotation in the right path. Okay. Oh yeah, another speedrunning mistake that I see a lot of newer runners do. Also, it was the generation I thought it was. Another mistake I see a lot of new runners do is they don't do the full swing on Blasphemy. They only hit enemies with the projectile. And that's an incredibly huge time loss. You absolutely you need to do a full swing, as in go right inside of the enemy and have both the melee swing and the projectile hit at the same time, because then you do double damage. Both of the melee swing and the projectile do 14 damage, so it's 28 combined. Oh, I actually got ammo. I'm not picking that out, picking up that gun. Fuck that gun, I hate it. Oh, thanks for the follow, Sind. Ooh, yes, finally! I got this generation. This is the second good generation. It is not the fastest one, but it is the second fastest one. It is one of the generations you want to get in a run. So there are 3 ways out. Hello from Korea. Nice. Hello from Russia. So usually I don't go to the long corridors in here. Especially if it's a super long corridor. That's most of the time the wrong way, I feel like. So the general rule to follow in this generation when you arrive is go upwards. That's the safest path, because you go upwards and then there will be a room with 2 ways out. You go into one of the paths. If it's a chest rotation, you go into the other path, and it will be just another room and dragon. It's an incredibly good generation if you get the right path on first try. Only thing Stone Dome is good for is if you're making an enemy jump in a hole rather than be near you. Wallflower. I do like Stone Dome in normal runs because it gives you Curse, and Curse is good. But otherwise it's a shit weapon and I absolutely hate it. So let's see if I go the right way first try. Ah, fuck. Well, I tried. And seems like... Okay, I went into the right way. Wow, why, hello there. That's actually a good thing. That actually saved me time. If you get fat enemies replaced by dynamite kin and stuff like that. So one of these is a special room, I'm pretty sure. I don't know which one. Okay, so this is a special room. It could confuse you in this generation because there are supposed to be 2 ways out here, and this just stands here, confusing you, thinking there are 3 ways out here. A lot of people get confused and think there's a new generation that's not in the guide because there's an adjacent room, but this is just a room that can be attached to other rooms as well. So let's see. Okay, so this is the right way. Yeah. So that way is a chest rotation. Let me show you. Go on to here, and it's a chest rotation. Ow, that was nasty. That was really rude of you. So yeah, if I was on an actual World Record run, something like this would have been pretty good. Not ideal, but it would have been possible to World Record with. This is just Dragon right here. This is the second good generation. There are 2 generations, the one I showed earlier, and this one. These 2 generations are good. All of the other ones are pretty much garbage. Unless you have escape rope. Let's see if I can one cycle as well with the alien engine. It should be pretty free. I'll just show you that alien engine can indeed one cycle pretty easily. It'll be funny if I actually manage to fuck it up. Potion of Gun Friendship is basically useless here. I already cap the boss with a single shark anyway, so using the Potion of Gun Friendship to shoot faster and stronger is pointless. There is no point in doing that. Especially with Gun Friendship? No, I'm not going to be using Gun Friendship. It's actually better to have Tame DPS. Alien Engine by itself can already one cycle, so giving it damage ups is going to make it even harder because you're going to activate the DPS cap faster. So yeah, I'm not going to be using the Potion of Gun Friendship. May as well drop it. Yeah, get fucked. Throw that right at your fingers. It will be pretty funny if I actually fuck up and don't one cycle. There we go. Pretty easy. It's especially easy in turbo mode because you have enough movement speed to resist the knockback of alien engine enough, so it becomes really easy to one cycle. Just like that. I think I'm gonna take a small break and do more explanations. I'm gonna take a small break right now to get some coffee because my throat is getting pretty much dead. I need some liquids. Be right back. Thanks for watching right now. I'm back. Okay, I got some coffee with milk. Ah, it feels good, man. Okay, let's do some more mapping. I hope I can get an early shop or early chest gen. This could actually be it. Okay, I don't think it's an early chest. Yep. It's just one of those generations with two ways out. So it's mostly yellow here. And when you get to the second room and it has two ways out as well, I generally always go this way as well to keep to stay in the loop. That's basically what you want to do. Could fish for early chest gen? Yeah, sure. I'll do that. So yeah, this is going to be... This room is also kind of a set piece. This is going to be now a corridor king. And there's going to be either a shop or I'm already in the good spot. Yeah, it's a shop. Then I go here. And the next room will have a way out of the loop. That's going to be the boss. This is also an incredibly easy generation to map. It's basically just all a huge loop. 6, okay. So yeah, I go here, and that is the boss right here. Just like that. You know what, oh, fuck it. I'm gonna kill the boss and see if I get anything good. I could actually try to make this into... Never mind then, okay. If you don't want to, sure, okay. Trigger Twins, just say so. Why can't we be friends? Wrong? No, yes, yes. I'm just gonna reset a couple of times until I get an early chest. That is an early chest. But it's the bad variety. Like, this is actually considered an early chest, except the chest is actually a chest rotation. So yeah. I want to get the actual chest rotation. Both of the generations are the same, except just the early chest is locked in one of the generations. Besides that, they're practically the same gen. Oh my god. Just give me an early chest, gen. And... I mean, this could be an early chest gen, but it's probably not. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it isn't. I'm gonna be resetting for a while now. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. I'll try to make this into a run if I get something good. Ah, fuck. Nice. This is the perfect gen. If I would have gotten Trigger Twins, this would have been an insane start. That was bad. I shouldn't have angered him. Pretty okay time. Could have been incredibly fast if I got a good boss. Oh my god, let's fucking go. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. Let's fucking go. No guarantees that this is gonna be a fast run, but this setup is good. This is a Very good setup. Incredibly good. Okay, let's try to make this a good run. You'll also be able to see me map in real time. Instead of me going slow. I couldn't see the reload. Okay, so this is the right way. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I haven't had Rad Gun in so long. Let's just drop this. Okay. So, I think this is gonna be the right way. Okay. Sadly, Radgun doesn't have the best accuracy. Wow, I even got an ammo drop, that's nice. Let's just go. In real runs, you'll see me open the map a lot, because I always want to see where I have to go as fast as I can. Okay, so I accidentally passively reloaded. Okay, so this is the wrong way. It's actually a trap. So you have to go this way, and then there's a lot of intersections which are the right way. I'm just gonna blank because I can't be fucked to dodge all of this garbage. And I say as I get hit. Okay, so this is the wrong way. That was really bad. Yeah, you can also hit Beholster with Blasphemy when he's invisible. Wow, I'm so bad. This time isn't so great anymore, but it's still pretty fast. Gunther? No. Gunther is pretty stinky. Okay, I do actually want that. Why do I keep reloading early? Okay, this is a shit generation. Rip. I don't want to take that. The reason being that I don't want to passively reload my red gun again. Wow, I'm so bad. That's fine. This isn't that fast. Ah, this generation was awful. Incredibly long. What generation do I get? Fuck. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about. This is so depressing. This is the most depressing thing you can come across by. 730 is not that great of a time, but it's still decent. This could have been a decent run, but I got a one-way generation. One-way out generation from spawn, so this run's basically done. May as well just instantly restart the run now. Not much point in continuing this run now that I see that this is a shit gen. Oh, ay. Scared me. I'm so bad. You're dead. I could still try to go for hell though. Improving my 16-minute run would be epic. How does DPS cap actually work? Basically, a very simple way of explaining it is if a player does more than 10% of boss's health in a second. Wait. If in a second the player does more than 10% of boss's health damage, your next damage will be suppressed for the next like 3 seconds. That's how Rubel explained it to me. I don't think it's 3 seconds, it's like 1.5 seconds or maybe 2 seconds. More likely 2. So with Rat Gun, it's pointless to spam the gun because you'll be hard capped anyway. So the way I do it is I just shoot roughly every 2 seconds. That's the fastest and most ammo conservative way of doing it. Okay. Ah, this is incredibly slow. At this point. $50 viewers, Twitch pattern when? Kappa? No. Never. Getting partnered on Twitch is impossible. Okay, I guess I'll go back to explaining generations. That was just a single kind of a run. It's still kinda useful to see a good runner map in real time instead of slowing down to explain stuff, just to see how they autopilot and make the decisions instantly. Oh, that's right, I was grinding for an early chest generation. Right. I'm not gonna get it someday. Yeah, I'm gonna keep resetting until I get an early chest gen to explain it. Wow, I'm so unlucky. Can I get an early chest, please? Can we hit 50 likes? This is so epic. Oh my god. I haven't had an early chest gen in so long. I wonder if I'm actually hosted by the Gamepedia right now. Someone check. Ooh, I think this could be an early chest. Never mind, it's a fucking fireplace. Well, I tried. I tried my best, sorry. Ooh. I think that's it. Yep. An early chest generation starts with 2 ways out on the first fighting room, and one of the ways out is a corridor king that leads into a chest. So as soon as I see one way out, I just have to restart. I'm gonna be restarting until I get the gen. Because I really need to explain it because it's the second best generation on the first floor. So not having to, not being able to explain it is pretty sad. Oh my god. Well, let's keep trying. Eventually. Arguably best if you get a good chest? Yes, exactly. So there are 2 generations that are the best. The first one is which you saw actually in my red gun run a couple of minutes ago, in the run that I actually tried to complete. I got the generation where the boss is attached to the 3rd room, and that's pretty much the fastest gen when it comes to getting to the boss fast. But there is also an early chest generation in which you can get something incredibly useful from the chest, and that's going to be better than just getting faster to the boss. Getting to the boss faster, I mean, yeah. So, the early chest generation is also pretty fast when it comes to getting to the boss, but it's especially potentially amazing depending on what item do you actually get from the early chest. I don't think that's it. Is that in another fireplace? Oh no. Oh no. No, it's just a different gen. Like, something that can be insanely good with an early chest generation is if you get an early chest and the chest gives you Yari launcher. That is something that has happened to me a couple of days ago, and the run would have been world record, but I got the worst forge. As well as, okay, I got it. So, as you can see, there are 2 ways out, but this one is extremely close to the room, and it's actually not a way out, but it's a corridor king that leads into a chest room. So yeah, it leads into a chest room, so it's and you do have to go to this chest room for the fastest path to the boss as well. So you aren't losing any time by going through here, and you also get a free item, potentially something that can make the run godly. After that, we have a single room. Can do this. The next room will have 2 ways out. I think one of those is a fireplace. Okay, yeah, that's a fireplace right here. I can see those spots right here and the tiles down here. So this is the right way because that's gonna be looping back here. And from here, the boss is basically the shortest path. The shortest way out. That's gonna be a lot of rooms and a shop rotation, and this is gonna be the boss. Let me show you. I think it's a shop rotation. Sometimes there's a shop rotation, not always, but there's always at least a chest rotation. And here's the boss. So yeah, this generation is incredibly fast because it's 1 room, 3 item, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, basically 4 rooms until the boss, and combined with a potentially amazing drop from the chest itself. So that generation is also arguably the best. It's the best considering, well, depending on what item you get. If you get something bad, then it's just the second fastest gen. Let's see, what do I get? Brick Breaker. That's not that useful. Okay, I think this is probably gonna be the last run. After this run, I want to do something about EtG racing. I want to make the banners for that and some other stuff. Also manage and I try to actually stream to it. Okay, so one way out. Let's see. Oh, so many people watching? Right. I don't know why, actually. I could probably be hosted by the game PJ right now. Or it may be that just people are getting baited by the title and are actually staying because it's interesting. Someone earlier came here and said that this is interesting. I don't know. Okay, so this is yet another YOLO generation. I'll go here just to see what it is. Nothing useful. And from here, you can't really know which one is the right way. So I usually just go upwards, because that's my own habit. Otherwise, it's mostly just a YOLO. I think this is a chest. Ooh. Oh, technically a chest for head. Okay, yeah, it is a chest. I was right. And I could tell because of the room that was here. Eat. This generation especially can be super fucky in 6 character runs or 4 character runs, because it's possible to go both of the wrong ways in this generation and then you lose a lot of time. You could be on an absolutely... A pet named Steve, thanks for the follow. You could be on a godly pace on the first 3 characters, and then the 4th character has to go through this generation and goes into the both chest paths, and then you lose all of the pace and the run suddenly becomes trash. Or you could instantly go to the right path, be a lucky motherfucker, and then you actually have a pretty fast pace. Ow. Fucked up. Ow. I done goofed. Okay, this map generation guide is awesome. Yeah. I've been meaning to do this kind of a stream for a while, because I know there are several people who do want generations to be explained to them in words, although my choice of words may not be the best, because I'm Russian and my English is definitely not the best. But yeah. And I found an opportunity. There was a person who wanted this to be a thing, so I decided to do it today. So I can instantly see that this is not the path that I want to go into, because this is actually the Corridor King, so it's the slower path. You don't want to go here. Couldn't agree more. I don't think I would get so much help so fast, so much love. Yeah, well, I try to make the Gungeon speedrunning community as welcoming as possible. I'm always happy to see new runners. So yeah, that's the wrong path. You don't want to go there. Nice. Yeah. World record holder, ladies and gentlemen. So I think this is the wrong way, because there are 2 ways out. So I'm gonna go into the other way. I know that this is not the right way because it just loops back here. You could upload this to YouTube. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to do this, Lennox. This was the plan all along. I wanted to do this stream, and then after I'm done, I'm gonna export it to YouTube. Can you still do the Old King, or is the crest broken? I don't have the crest, and I don't go to Old King on speedruns. We are kind of explaining speedrun strats right now, so I'm not going to go to the secret levels. Okay, this is probably the right way. Okay, yes. As we can see... Oh, as we will see when I get done with this room. Also, a thing you can do in this room is just blank these guys to death. So... The decision room, one regular fighting room with one way out, and then this is a set piece. So if it's a regular room and a set piece, you know that you're going the right way. Oh my god, I almost said wrong. This is the right way. Also, there is some kind of a special room here, and it's one of those. As I explained, this room always has one way out unless there is a special room attached to it, and this is a special room that can be attached to any of those rooms. As well as there is also the vampire NPC who can do the same thing and be attached to rooms that always have one way out. And yeah, it's just through the shop. This is the generation that we have gotten several times today. I'm a genius player. Sling is really nice. That actually missed. Holy fuck. Also, yeah, Sling does double damage when you bounce it through walls. From walls, I mean. Nice. Ooh, a Mega Bullets with Sling. That's spicy as hell. Though now that we have a Mega Bullet, bouncing the Sling from walls is useless now. It's pointless. There is no point in doing it anymore in boss fights, because Sling with a Mega Bullet is already going to break the cap on first shot anyway, so there is no point in bouncing it on bosses anymore. Sadly, a Mega Bullet doesn't work on Blasphemy. Actually, it does. Blasphemy. Fun fact, Blasphemy actually works on... Well, a Mega Bullets actually work on Blasphemy, because the Blasphemy clip consists of 6 shots. And the way I can prove this is that if I hold the button... 3, 4, 5, 6... And it doesn't continue swinging anymore. And yeah, if you do a double tap reload again, and I hold again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And theoretically, on the 6th shot, a Mega Bullet should double the damage. Buy duct tape from the shop if it's there? Well, I will. There's no point in backseating me, just saying. Don't want to be rude, but I already know what I want to do. Okay, so 2 ways out. I don't trust this way, because I'm a pussy. And I went the right way, okay. Being a pussy is good when it's mapping. So this is just a free chest. You could actually go here and pick it up. It won't lose you too much time. And this is the right way, as we can see by this blue icy room. €70, what the fuck? Yeah, it's fine. Hello streamer, how much was viewer bots? 5 cents per 10 viewers. Per 10 viewers. Yes. I fucking hate this room with Blasphemy only. Okay, 3 ways out. Yeah, this is a special room. Would you look at that? Okay, okay, Mr. Backseater. How do I do this? Oh, yeah. Okay. Would you look at that? I actually got duct tape. And okay, yeah. So this is just a chest rotation, and you can see that this is absolutely the loop, and this is the boss right here. This is a pretty fun. This is a pretty fun duct tape, honestly. Oops. Oh, I'm taking so much unnecessary damage. Now just go into the actually, I don't have enough money. No point. I'll take this. Sure, why not? Let's see what kind of a forge I get. 70 viewers, 72 already. Yeah, for some reason I have a lot of viewers. I think it might be because I'm hosted on the Gamepedia. Let me actually check. I'm interested. Curious. Gamepedia. Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon wiki. Let's see if I'm the one who's there. Scroll down. If the site is going to work. Actually, I don't remember where is the stream. There's supposed to be a stream okay somewhere on the Gamepedia, and I don't even know where it is. See if I can actually find it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Where it is. It's because of your snazzy voice. Possibly, but my throat actually hurts really badly right now. Probably gonna be ending pretty soon. So this is not the right way. I do not want to go there because I can see that this is a corridor king. I'll even go there just to show. Okay. Oh, never mind. So this is one of those rare occasions where a room looks like a corridor mimic, but it actually isn't. So there's actually a chance that this is the best generation I've gotten right here. This is one of those occasions where even if you are a god at mapping, you can get fucked. And yeah, this is the best generation. So right now I'm on the wrong path. So what I actually need to do is go back to the spawn and go the other way. So I teleport back here, and I go this way, and there's going to be a chest rotation with the boss path. I wanted to flip the table. Okay, so we can see that the chest is here and the other room is here, so this is a guaranteed chest loop, and this is the right way. And this guy is a douchebag. Why do you exist? No one likes you. You do know that, right? Mr. Mini-Boss Fuckface. Ow. You're hosted by Gamepedia? Okay, that makes sense then. Nice. So, I do have to fight one more room. Because, as I said previously, boss mini bosses don't count as actual rooms. Okay, and I got a lot of phantom rooms. I guess that's how you would say it. Yeah, I got a lot of extra rooms. So this is, I got the best generation, but not the best variety, because that's a lot of rooms in Steel Dragon. Could have been definitely much faster if I haven't gotten these rooms. A lot of rooms. And here's Dragon. Bouncing it is pretty much useless at this point because I have a Mega Boat and I already do 1,000,000 damage per shot. If I had something like bouncy bullets, I could actually break the cap with a sling. Which is probably one of the most epic things you can accomplish in Gungeon. If anything, one thing that you could brag about in Gungeon is the fact that you have broken a DPS cap in a regular run without any mods or without Yari or Makeshift. Breaking the DPS cap in a natural way is one of the most satisfying and epic things ever. I don't have anything that could one psycho, sadly. 360 yes scope. Don't mention that here. That is the second thing. Actually, I want to find out what is the bouncing angle. This. I think it's this. I hope I can tank enough. Oh! Nice. Okay. So, fuck, I should have screenshotted that. Oh no. I want to find out the spot at which you actually have to stay and at which spot you have to aim. Can someone clip that? Because I actually got the spot. Okay, so this is that one generation. Middle is probably the wrong way, so we are going to go to the sideways. Okay, and I went the wrong way. So the right path is probably here then. Okay, this is one of those rare occasions where the dead end is actually one of the side paths. It usually doesn't happen like this, but it's possible for it to happen. So as you can see, the right way here this time is actually through the middle. Which is not incredibly rare, but not as common as it actually being on the side paths. So although the right path could be through the middle, I do not encourage going through the middle. Always go to the side paths, it's more likely to be the right way. Okay, and here, it's a long corridor. Not this one though, that's a stinky corridor. Ah, you stink. Shades, please. No, you stink as well. Smiley, please. Nice. It's almost like I'm a good player. Not even gonna... Wait, I actually accidentally took crest forward. I don't like keeping crest forward. Crest forward is pretty garbage. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna be playing for that much anymore. Mostly because my throat is pretty much dying. Because I haven't done this much explaining in quite a long time. Okay, so it's either through the actual... it's actually either through the shop. It's always worth to go into the shop and see if it is through the shop or not. Or it's actually... Wait, no, I think it is through the shop. because this connects back. So there's one generation, I don't know if I've already gotten it today, but there's a generation where it actually looks pretty much the same, except there are actually 3 paths here. They don't loop back here, so ignore this part. And there's one generation in which there are 2 ways out, and the third way out is a shop, but the shop actually loops back with a chest to this path, so the right path is actually through here. Not in this generation though, there's just one more generation in which it is like that. And here is just a chest rotation, and you have to guess which way is the right one. And I guessed it correct, because this was the longer corridor, so it's more likely that this is going to be the boss instead of looping like this. So this is a more likely chest rotation, and it was indeed like that. Ah, fuck. I even blanked. I need to practice chain flashing. I'm pretty bad at it. Okay, Icebreaker is a very bad weapon. I don't have a single boss weapon in this run. Okay, one way out. Okay, so I know that this is not the path that I want to go into, because just by looking at the minimap, you can already see that that's a corridor king. As you can see, it's actually a room. So this is the path that I want to take. Taking one curse, I would say, is not that bad. It could actually slow you down if you get unlucky. But I still usually take one curse even on a speedrun for the potential of finding black market. But as you saw right here, I did actually jinxed myself, and I lost time because of picking up that curse. And the Gemomancer, I think their name is. He was actually jammed, so I lost some time because of that. Okay, chest. Oh, shop, I mean. So it's, I think it's going to be through the shop, yeah. Stinger in the shop, that's incredibly spicy. That's the spiciest shit ever. Ouch. Who is out here? Oh my god. The path you take here is mostly YOLO, till you actually see what's in those rooms. Okay, so I got here, so the path that I need to take now is I keep looping, and this is actually going to be a chest. As you can see. This is going to be the chest, and now this is the boss. Like, if you have this exact generation, and you have 2 ways out, if you go into one of the ways, and you see that there is a path, there are 2 ways out, and one of them loops back here, you go into that path, and it's a chest all of the time. And boss right here, leaving the loop. Space Melter is pretty good. It's a pretty good boss weapon. But I would say Stinger is better. I'm actually gonna continue this run to Dragon. Well, I do with most runs. But I'm gonna continue to test if Stinger can actually consistently one cycle. Because I have gotten Stinger to one cycle once, and I want to try getting it again. Because one cycling the Dragon Heart is one of the most, if not the most important thing in a speedrun for going for records time. For going for record times. Okay. Ah, that was bad. Okay, I think if the fourth room will have two ways out, I know which way to go, most likely. So yeah, okay. I'll clear this room and explain. In this exact generation, there are 3 rooms, and then the fourth room will have 2 ways out. The right way is usually the one clockwise from the entrance. So you enter from here, and the clockwise path would be this one, because it goes from from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'm a genius. So yeah, this is the clockwise path, and it is usually the correct one in this generation. So it's 3 rooms, 4th room has 2 ways out, and the right one is usually the clockwise one. Though it doesn't seem like it was this time. Yep. This is the generation that we call the kissing chests, because there are chests, well, that pretty much kiss. There is a chest attached to a chest rotation. Here's the blue icy room, which is an indicator that you are going the right path, the right way. That's pretty good. I'm getting better with my chain flashes. So from here you know that this path is absolutely the wrong one. This one is going to go back to this chest and it's gonna kiss. I see that this is not the boss room, but I think it's this. Yes, it is. The way I knew that this was not the boss is, well, just by looking, you can see that this is definitely not the shape of a boss entrance room. This is pretty much a perfect square, while this is, well, not that perfect. And this is a boss right here. And it's High Priest. High Priest is the, basically the worst boss you can get on Hollow, because he wastes you a lot of time by going for head mode, yeah, like this. He just disappears and fucks you over. You can still hit him while he's invisible with Blasphemy though. I need to get an ammo drop for the Stinger though. I hope I will. Hey, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so this is the shit generation. Unfortunately, I got the bad one. Yep, this is a Corridor King, so that indicates that this generation is garbage. This is one of the, basically the slowest generation on Forge. It can have up to 14 rooms until the dragon, which is an insanely huge number. Ah, you can't see me, huh, you bastard. Jolter, sure. I'll actually have to use these now. hope it's not through the mini boss, because that's actually gonna be painful as fuck. Getting a boss through mini boss in an actual run is probably one of the most heartbreaking things ever. So I think that right here is actually a special room. Unless I'm having a stroke. Yeah, this is a special room. Kinda nice though. Got full HP back. So it's actually through the fucking mini boss. Oh no. Yeah, I guess I'll have to use the stinger. I just need to make sure I save some shots, enough shots for one cycle. 36 should be enough. Oh, I got ammo anyway, so it doesn't matter. Ooh, I'm so bad at this game. I was going to do a God Flash, but I did my inputs poorly. Okay, and I went the wrong way. So it's actually through the chest rotation, I think. So yeah, that's why this generation is so fucky. If I'm gonna see a corridor king here somewhere. Yep, I see it. It's right there. So this is the right way. It's gonna be the corridor king, then a room that loops here, and then this is the boss. Yep. Getting this generation in an actual good run is absolutely heartbreaking. I couldn't choose a better word other than heartbreaking, because it's just so fucking sad to get it in an actual good run. And okay, chest, and then there's going to be dragon. So I actually went the wrong way. Yeah, dragon is right here. This dragon fight is going to be pretty fast because I have Face Melter, and Face Melter is an incredibly good dragon weapon because you can do this and do a bajillion of damage. I'm hard capping the DPS cap right now, so I'm practically doing perfect DPS right now. With Face Melter you are doing the fight as fast as you can. It can't be faster than this, pretty much. Oh, unless you have Yari or Makeshift, or you have a way to break the cap. And with Stinger, I have a potentially a gateway to a one cycle on the Dragon Heart. And if I can pull that off, that's gonna be really nice. This run is already slow, obviously. But it's still gonna be a very nice thing because I do want to confirm if it's possible to one cycle with it. So the way you would one cycle with Stinger is that you need to stack a shitload of bees before the heart pops up. Yep, as you can see, this way you can one cycle with the Stinger. You shoot the Stinger at the side walls, well, either of them, at the lower part, further parts of them, and that way you stack bees, which will then go for dragon, and when the heart pops up, all of those bees go for the heart, do a shitload of damage, and then you just do a perfect gun drop like this, and this way you can have enough DPS to one cycle. It's a very good setup. That's why Stinger is one of the best weapons on a speedrun. Yep, it's a really good thing. Yeah, I'll just finish this one, why not? So, Stinger, alongside with Alien Engine and Crown of Guns, is one of the guns that you want to get on speedrun, in a speedrun, because it's a very safe one cycle that is pretty hard to fuck up, honestly, well, if you know how to do it. I think this is probably gonna be it for today, because my throat actually hurts from all of this talking. I'll see if I have anyone to host. Let's collect the bounty. Those amazing 6 hegemony credits are very important. It's not like I almost have 17,000 of them anyway. Nice. Let's see who is streaming right now. Take care. Thanks. That was some stream, man. Thanks so much for taking the time to teach us all. No problem. I'll probably do more of these kind of streams if people want them. If there's interest, I can definitely do more of these kind of teaching streams. Couching streams, I guess. Sort of fun for me as well. Just helping newer runners understand how to map. I'm going to export this run to YouTube as well, to my YouTube channel. Do I actually have a command for my YouTube channel? Do not. You know what? Let me quickly show my own channel. I got in here late, but I'm watching the VODs for sure. Nice. So, who is streaming? Force Thread, Tic Tac. I could definitely host Tic Tac. Besides Tic Tac, nothing interesting. Yeah, I'm probably gonna host Tic Tac. First though, I'm gonna do this sellout command. There we go. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. I'm gonna host Tic Tac. Say hello to him. Tic Tac is a very good guy. Bye.